1.
Hi, my name's Stephen Jeffs. I'm a simple barman from the Bendigo area, but with the help of my grandson Lockie, I'd like to show you something that will fuck you up. Okay, let's go. I go out metal detecting. So I'm in Ballarat, in Bendigo I should say. So this is Bendigo. While I'm out metal detecting, I thought I'd use Google Maps to find other places that are like Bendigo, because I couldn't work out why Bendigo had so much gold and there wasn't much gold, you know, in other spots. So I've been going out for a few months looking around, and then I thought, I'll look on Google Maps and try and find areas that look similar to what Bendigo did. Now, years ago I was told that Victoria was built on old volcanoes. So I've got a picture here of a volcano. We all know what they look like. Yeah, pretty hard to mistake something like that. So here we are back in Bendigo. This is Bendigo right here. So I thought I'd look around for a volcano that might have spewed out, see this shape around Bendigo? Looks like a leaf or something. I figured a volcano spewed out whatever and there's gold in it. So I was looking around for other things that look like volcanoes. Look, here's a ring here and another ring over here. And we move around a bit more and you see rings everywhere. There's a big ring there, and then you know, I just wanted to find somewhere. See, look, these look like volcanoes. Looks like this one's spewed into this one, which is spewed into this one. So you get closer and closer, you can see the marks. You can go right in. This is the good thing about Google Maps. You can go in and look at the terrain that you might want to look for gold. That's what I was doing. But then, see, Victoria, beautiful spot. So I couldn't find me volcano, but I could find all these circles. And I'm going, look at this big circle here. This is around Castlemaine. Castlemaine's up just there. I'll put the labels back on. Look, there's Castlemaine. You got this big circle right here. So I'm thinking, there's me volcano, right? So I look around at closer places, so I can find me, look with me metal detector. But all I could find was this junky looking rubbish that you call gravel. So I kept looking around and looking around. It took me a couple of days, and then I realised that these circles don't look like volcanoes. They look like impact marks. So if you look at this film I've got here, this is a hot springs. And you can see them bubbling away. So look at these, look at this, you've got a ring and you've got another ring around it. Oh, we lost it. So I've got a film here of mud going splash, splash, splash. And if I just pause it there, look, you got this ring, another ring over here, another ring, this thing of rings, look, this here, and this part right in the centre is where the centre is burst or whatever, and the last little bit has come down and fallen in. Well, that's mud, isn't it? So we go back to Google Maps, and I start looking. Well, that looks like mud, but where would mud come from? So I start looking at other places in Australia, and then I start seeing other rings. Look, there's a big ring there, and a big ring there, with the centre. Look, see the centre, and then I've come up further and further up into Australia. We'll put the labels back on so we know where we are. So I've come back up into Australia, and then I've zoomed in and looking at things. This is Alice Springs. This is the McDonald Ranges, and down here's the Finke Gorge National Park. So we get rid of the labels again, and then I found this ring here, so I've zoomed in on it. If you look at that, there's a perfect circle, and you zoom out a bit and you've got a splash mark around it. See the splash mark around the circle? So you zoom in. Oh, look at this, that's 5 k's there. So what do you got? You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, might be 30 k's across this thing, you know? So I'm looking, well, that's a funny sort of dollop of mud, and I'm looking at the Finke Gorge here, or even these things here in the national parks, and you can zoom right in so you can see what's going on. You can nearly see vehicles in some spots. The camera's that good. See, so I'll just zoom out of this so you see how close you can get, and then how far away you can get all at the same time. Look, there's a circle right there. See that circle there? Look at that. That's a blob of mud, right? So then I've zoomed out, and as I've zoomed out, look, there's a circle there. See that circle? I can see it. And on the outside, there's another one. There's a ring around it. So then I've zoomed out further. Can you see that? There's that circle in the centre, and then around it there's another circle, look, going around there. We'll bring it over to the centre, look. You can see a circle going around. And then on the outside of that, you've got a circle going around the, what is it, the Pacific Rim or something, is that what they call it? So look, I reckon this, because I've looked at it for a couple of days and I'm pretty sure that this is actually a hole in the earth. That is an impact hole from something striking the earth. And then the next day I kept looking at this because I'm so amazed with it, and I'm looking, and look out the other side of the earth. You can just you can draw an arrow, right? Impact here. I don't know if it's an exit wound, but it looks like it's very close to an exit wound. In my opinion, whatever hit the earth is still in there. But here, you look at these places up here. This is a fantastic place. Look at the weird veins and things in this rock. How this rock's been formed. Right, it's probably a lot of ice and stuff, but something very powerful has separated all these pieces. Look at these pieces. They look like a piece from a jigsaw puzzle that's just opened up. You could push all those back together, surely, and it'd make something, yeah? So if we go back to my impact circle, we've got this impact circle here, right? And then further on, I kept looking and looking and looking at more things and more circles. I've got another impact circle here. So if we can zoom in on that, I'll show you the labels. So you know it is some place. It's up near Tom Price. There's Tom Price right in the centre of it. Look at that. Right? And you can zoom in and look at these things. Right? Look at the creases in this ground. Right? We'll get rid of those labels again. Right, so I reckon, so you've got a big circle around the outside, and you can see more again around this side, and more again. See the big dent there? And you can see that's black. Something's fucking hit that really hard. You see? So look, impact here. Impact here. So while I was looking, I see all these marks here. They look like cracks in the ground. So I figured that was from the second impact. So that's gone in and bulged whatever, and this second impact has gone in and it's done all these cracks. But then I was looking around more and I discovered something else. See this mark here? Look at this. Something's hit that and bounced off. See the splatter? Look at that. As something's come out of here and hit that at full velocity. How big's that? That'd be nearly 500 k's from there to there. 500 kilometres. Right? You can zoom out. It's the world. You're looking at the world right here, right? And up here, look at this. See this mark? Something's hit this really hard. You can see a drag mark right there. Something's hit this really hard, and it's stopped there for a while. Look, see that square mark? Something's hit here, dragged, and stopped. Right? And something up here. Look at these run marks. See this stuff? See all these runs? You ever seen that before? That's on the windscreen of a car when you're driving along and it's raining. Look at that. All these marks, how they run down. You can zoom on in. You can see them. Look, these are scratch marks here, but you know what I mean? Look, this thing's run down. So then, I've looked up here at Queensland, and here's a big impact mark up here. See, look, big blobs. Big blobs in the ocean there, look. See a big blob? I can see them. Anyway, I reckon something's come up here and hit here, and then it's trickled down. See these trickled down marks? So if we zoom out, we can follow the trickle. See how it trickles down, just like water on a windscreen. Zoom back in, look, trickle down, trickle down, trickle down, trickles down, all the way down to form these islands. So you can zoom right in on these. These are actual islands. They're, you know, I don't know if people live here, they look pretty awful. Right? So it's just snow-covered mountains and mountains that we used to think were formed by volcanoes. But look, you come out, there's no volcanoes there, look. And we'll go back to this trickle mark thing I was doing. Look, something's coming down here. Come down, come down, come down. And then look at this. It's hit here. It's bounced off there, and it's hit here, and it's dragged. It's dragged all the way down here, and down and down. Just like you'd do to clay. If you dragged a knife or something, a butter knife, a tongue depressor, you could drag that through there. And look, that's 50 k's across. 50 k's from there to there. We zoom in, how big's this thing? Look, that's 10 k's. That's 10 k's across, maybe 15 k's. That's how wide this thing was. That's hit this thing. And then it's got here and it's bounced. See, it's dragged a bit here. You can look, you can see the drag. Right? I reckon it's bounced. And look at this. I don't know if it's hit South America or whether it's just another blob of mud, but something's hit here pretty hard. And look at this. That's something red hot, and it's dragged through, right through to there. You have a look. I'll wind this out. Right, you can see that. That's the world. That's what it is. That's what we're looking at right now. See these little islands here? We can zoom right in on those. We'll zoom in on this little fella. Oh, look at that. If that doesn't look like a blob of mud that's been dumped there, I don't know what is. You know? So I'll zoom out again. Right, so things are definitely blown out. Right. This impact site here, if we go back to the, remember that shot of the mud? As soon as it loads up, sorry it's slow, I should have thought of all this. Look, see this, the blob of mud, how it's got that centerpiece? Something's gone in, bloop. We've all seen it on the slow motion cameras, you know, you've got milk and things like that. They put a drop into a cup of milk, and you see that last little piece hit. Well, that's it. That's it here, look. We can zoom in. It's just rocks. It's just a rock. That's what we've been standing on. That's what we're looking at. But now, look, you can see it. You can zoom in here. You can see its tail, look. There's the last drop, and there's its tail. It goes back here, and it winds around, and it goes up here, and it probably disappears. And I reckon the Fink Gorge is the entrance, right? Put the labels on, and look at that. Alice Springs is right in the belly button of the universe. What do you think? Get rid of those labels again. Right, so we've got an impact crater there. We've got an impact crater there. And while I was looking around a couple of days after that, I found another impact crater here. I reckon that's in the Flinders Ranges. You have a look. You get in close. Get in close. You can go right in these things. You just keep on going. Just keep on going. It's just rocks. We drive over this every day. We've seen it so many times, you know. And you zoom out, and you zoom out, and you zoom out, and you zoom out, and then all of a sudden, I reckon that's another impact crater. Right there. So if you look at Tasmania, we've got big blobs of mud coming out of the centre of Alice Springs. So if you look at Tasmania, you just sneak up on this thing. See this circle? Can you see that circle? We'll sneak up a bit more. There's another circle. Look at them. It's definitely a circle. You'd think it was a volcano, yeah? Yeah? But no. Look underneath. Look at this stuff. That's a blob. Something's been dragged through that. See? And something's been dragged through this. Right? Tasmania is built on a blob of mud. And you can see them everywhere. You just got to zoom in, have a look. You can see the circles everywhere of blobs. We'll go back to Victoria. We'll start with the little circles. Right? Little circles here. Right, there's Bendigo, Castlemaine, and then you got this circle of mud. Yeah, you can see them all there, look. I reckon this one's hit three spots, and then this one's filled up with red hot mud and just drained out and through there. And then you see Tasmania. Has to be, look, you got all this around here, and you've got this spot right in the centre. It looks like a dollop of mud to me, right? And I reckon this is another impact line here. I reckon something went in there, but that's not really that important right now. I'll show you up here, these trickle marks. Look at this one here. You can see it's trickle mark, just like down the windows, right? Right. You see impact marks here, everywhere. Look here, just here. You can see something's hit that at a great force and spun straight across, right? Right, we've got this trickle mark here. Let's just follow this, eh? See what happens. It trickles down, trickles down, trickles down, trickles down, trickles down, and something else. Oh, look at that splat mark. Look at that there. Something's hit here with great force. Look at that. Look at that. You can see, everyone can see that, surely. Something's hit here and bounced, splattered, went straight across whatever was sitting there. Yeah, look, you can see it's come up here real fast, and then choop, disappeared. Bounced off the earth, I'd say. So yeah, all these what I thought were cracks, they're not cracks. They're pieces of this explosion that's hit here. You look at these. You can track them around. You could probably follow them. See, look at this. These are scratch marks. Sure, they're scratch marks. Everyone's seen scratch marks. Look at them. That's a scratch mark for sure. Right? And that would be an exact replica of what came out of the ground and landed there. And look how wide it is. That's 100 kilometres from there to there. That'll be 100 kilometres from there to there. It'll be 200 kilometres that way. You know what I'm saying? And it's in the middle of the ocean. But all this would have happened before the ocean was here. I reckon that the comet or whatever, I'm going to call it Loris, because that's my mum's name. The Loris that flew past as it was just about to hit, broke up into at least 4 pieces. I reckon this was the initial impact zone because it's central to everything. And you look, this is oozing salt, so I reckon it had salt, lots of salt in it, and come on. What happened? Had lots of salt in it. Oh, come on. Google's annoying me right now. Thank you. And where it tried to exit, I reckon, because you have your hot springs and stuff up here in this part of the world, so I reckon it was lots of ice, lots of water. This is shitting me at the moment. Trying to do a presentation here. Okay, let's follow one of these tracks. I reckon this one, something's hit up here and started rolling around. It's come down, across here, and across here, got dragged a little bit, got to about here, and I don't think it caused this damage, but she stopped here and twisted a bit, whatever it was. You can see the marks. It comes down, stops, twists around, drags a bit more, then it's left the earth, I reckon, on that trajectory. Right, and then skipped across here and landed here somewhere, probably on this spot. See how there's a big wrinkle, and it's worked its way up this sort of embankment, got to about here, and then started getting dragged. You get up close, you can see the marks it's left. Look, big marks going that way, big drag marks there, big drag marks there, big drag marks here. You can see them, big scratches. Oops, big scratches on the ground. Right, and then it's got to this point. You can see it's dragged a bit here, and then looks like it's been pulled up and then dragged across, and then probably here it's probably left the earth, I say, because yeah, you can't sort of, unless it's hit something else up here. But there's drag marks everywhere. This is my revelation. I'm telling you now, this is the most fantastic thing that's ever happened to me. Okay, everybody, that's my presentation. It's all there. Go out and look for yourself. Just about every geographical feature you look at on the world, you can see it's been made by something that's either hit it or it's been left there from this one event, this first single event. It probably was a comet that hit us with water. Comet I'm calling Loris. So yeah, just go out there and have a look for yourself. It's all there. So there you have it. I hope you liked my presentation. I hope it fucked you up just like it fucked me up. It was pretty amazing stuff, I thought. Yeah, so I only did it for the money. So if you liked it, just send me cash. Thank you.